Welcome to the WinQ podcast for 6/15/15. I'm here with Cross, and Konobi-kun has decided to join us once again, so welcome back to the podcast, everybody. It's good to have you here.
Shinobi, my dog, has joined us. Oh wait, no, Konobi. Konobi, that was close. Sounds
Wait, your
exactly
dog
like
is actually named Shinobi?
Yeah, it is. A few times after talking to you, though, I trip up and call him Konobi, but he doesn't seem to notice the difference.
You should really have gotten a cat and named it Ninja.
We were going to, but then one, I remembered I'm allergic to cats, and two, my girlfriend really wanted the dog. It's a big excuse.
No, it's not.
It's a very good excuse.
Well,
Plus, what's a cat gonna do?
a cat's gonna be lazing and do nothing.
Yeah, so I might as well get goldfish.
It's the perfect pet.
Goldfish is a perfect pet. You just watch it and it's like...
Oh, it does?
Not for me.
Maybe I should.
Not for me. Yeah.
Well, this week has been quite interesting. We're probably gonna have enough to talk about throughout the entire podcast because E3 happened and the first 2 days happened today. And holy shit, was there a lot of stuff announced. But I don't know, how have you been, Konobi, since you've last been on the podcast?
I've been doing okay. Got myself Splatoon. Got a new job finally. Never said that.
Oh, nice. Is it one that you don't hate and crushes your soul?
I don't know yet. I haven't had my first day.
Oh, okay. To be continued on the soul crushing.
You mind if I ask what it was? I think I've asked you, though.
I work at Round Table Pizza now.
Okay.
Which is great because I love to cook, and I love pizza. And I've been going to that Round Table Pizza for like 3 years, and they all know me.
And now you'll start to hate the establishment because you work there. You'd be like, I never want to eat pizza again. God damn it.
That could never happen.
I already know their trade secrets, but I'm not going to tell.
I'm going to get some corporate espionage there. Cross, how have you been?
I've been good. We finally unpacked most of the boxes at our house. Not most of them. A few of our shelves like broke in transit, so we have like no place to put any of the stuff. I didn't hear any of that. What?
I just said hello to Jake. He said hello to us.
Oh yeah. Hey Jake, welcome to the podcast.
You have to say his full name.
No.
There's just like stuff all over the place, but you know. And I'm visiting we keep on visiting my hometown because until my girlfriend starts college, there's actually not that much reason to be in the other town, and all of her friends are here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm trying not to lose all my money to the Steam sale. I'm mostly successful because I have most of the games I want. Like I just see this amazing sale, I'm like, oh, it's already in my library. Deal with it.
God, you know, Dishonored is currently on sale for $5. I'm sorry, I need to not talk with my mouth full. I had a sandwich here and it was not eaten, so but no, Dishonored is one of the games that was announced at E3, and right now it's on sale for $5, and I really want to pick it up. Oh god.
Oh wait, that's the stealth game, right?
It's a stealth magic sort of game.
Oh,
I was doing an LP.
I kind of want that game too. I kind of also.
Yeah, I mean, you could. I heard it's a lot like BioShock, and BioShock Infinite is currently on sale, so you can get the BioShock Infinite plus all the DLCs for what is it, like $15 or something, and so might have to pick.
The only reason I'd buy it would be to play the DLC, but I don't actually. I shouldn't do that.
The DLC is pretty good. I played the first one, and yeah, no, it was good.
Yeah, it's just I don't really like BioShock Infinite that much.
Well, you know, you getting spoiled on the entire thing. You know.
Yeah, I should have just watched a Let's Play of it, with like a no commentary Let's Play, and I probably would have gotten more out of it. Because I'm not good at first person shooters at all, and just I didn't like the mechanics. They took away all the RPG, like most of the RPG elements, and.
Wait, I literally put this game on my wish list. What was wrong with me?
What game?
That's right. Honey Pop.
Honey Pop.
It's an anime dating sim, but it's actually like super fucking aware of itself and hilarious.
And you can get your own waifu, and it's great.
There's a girl that asks you if you smoke weed every day.
And do you
I
answer?
had to. Yes, one of them. The answer is every day.
That's the only
She asks if
answer.
you smoke. She asks you if you smoke weed, and you've got like yes, no, and every day.
Fair enough.
It sounds like the worst thing ever imagined. But I've been good lately.
Cool.
I... yeah. I don't know what I was gonna go there.
Oh, where'd my keyboard go?
I might end up going to my first job interview tomorrow. And,
Oh, wow.
Nice.
And
Wait, have you graduated high school?
I'm about to.
Okay. Well,
And,
congrats, I guess.
Just thinking about it makes me nervous, but, you gotta
Yeah.
do it sometime, and you might as well start tomorrow. But for all I know...
Well, you don't have to. You can just drop out of high school. It'll
Oh,
be
yeah,
kinda
and
stupid.
just live with my mother until I'm 80. Uh-huh.
No, you just get a job and then find a place that's filled with mice and cockroaches for really cheap, and don't eat any. Just eat like canned food.
And then drywall falls into my cooking while I'm making breakfast.
We'll make breakfast with an umbrella. There you got it. So I figured it all out.
Okay. No, but other than that, there's some other things that also are making me nervous. Just, life stuff is happening. But,
Oh, okay.
and I've
Stuff
also
you don't
just,
want to discuss in a public forum, I'm assuming.
yeah.
Okay.
And, I've also just been getting pissed off at my upload speed. I am locked into the contract with my current ISP for the next 8 months, and I looked it up, and I won't be. They have no plans to upgrade the internet speed in this area. So as much as I like them, and they have a completely steady internet supply chain, it's a shit upload speed, and got to put up with it for the next 8 months, which is really a bummer because I want to stream so badly.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
I'm pregnant. Yep.
You're not
Douglas found
looking
it
to
out.
stream anywhere, are you, Konobi?
I've already streamed twice.
Because if you wanted to get in on Drive Not Found, like no one's using it anymore, and
Oh, you mean like
know.
actually stream on that?
yeah, because it already has
Um,
some followers. Eh?
I guess I'll
Uh-huh.
try.
All right. I mean, I haven't discussed this with anyone, but I still think it'll be fine because no one's using it.
Yeah, Douglas said that the reason why he's not streaming on it currently is because he's having some internet issues. So,
Well, I tried streaming Splatoon, but
Hmm.
the program you gave me doesn't like HD PVR2 unless it's this weird beta version that was released. What was it called? Oh yeah, OES.
open broadcast, that's what I'm using right now.
I know,
To
but
stream the Winky
it doesn't
podcast.
recognize my capture card.
Ah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, but like I said, I found this beta version of it that the developer specifically made so it would work with HD PVR2.
We should really
It's
look
just-
into... I'm sorry, go on.
It's just very subpar.
Oh, okay.
But hey, if XSplit would actually accept my money, I would use that instead.
Hmm.
But it doesn't want to.
Did they just send you an email saying, no, we don't want your money?
They literally have sent me an email. It's like, your payment has been denied. I'm like, why?
Because reasons.
And they're like, I don't know, we'll ask PayPal. And I haven't gotten back from them since.
Well, hopefully that buffs out. But we should really look into that whole Twitch streaming group thing. You know what I'm talking about? Like setting up a channel, I guess you could call it. Not like the thing that we did with Drive Not Found, but I'm talking about like a group thing.
You guys were talking about that, and I had no idea what you were talking about.
Because
So,
I go on things like, I go on, when I'm watching Total Biscuit stream, for example. He has, like, Total Biscuit playing StarCraft 2 on, and then it says, like, a group channel stream thing. But I think that might only be for partners or Twitch
Yeah.
Turbo things, so I'm not entirely sure. I'll look into that,
Right.
though, and see if we can do that.
We could all just be under Awesome Nobi and start fresh.
Uh-huh. I'm sure Douglas would totally love to, just ditch all of that work.
You can be awesome
after a year and a half.
Awesome Night, Awesome Liss,
Awesome Cube.
Awesome Cube,
I
Awesome
think you
Night,
won me
awesome
over.
Liss.
I'm going over to Konobi's side.
Oh, snap. He won you over with the word awesome.
That's pretty awesome. But video games. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk to before we start talking about E3?
Yes, Twitch won't let me reset my password. I just tried and won't let me do it, so now I can't. I'm upset.
Well, if there's any
I
Twitch
wish I
mods
could change-
watching,
I wish I could change my name, actually, for Twitch.
Me too. I don't want to be Cross Knight's Little Pony. It's supposed to be
Wait, what?
LP, but
hey,
ever since Buckus said it looked like Little Pony, I can't stop thinking it.
you have J9 Little Pony there too, so you guys are in the same boat.
I just like I'm sending like I type in my old password and it's like change your password, send an email, and I click send email and it's like invalid server response.
It's like
So-
damned.
That I don't think I can use this channel anymore. I'm gonna have to make a new account.
Well,
No. Anyway, enough of my old man technical issues.
yeah. Well, I mean, I know you. Well, the first topic. Thank you for that, Cross. Thank you very much for that.
No problem.
That's going to
You
be our
are
intro
welcome,
from now
sir.
on. But I know that you've been playing the Walking Dead game, like the season 1 of it, right?
Yes. Yes.
Have you gotten any further other than episode 2?
No, remember when I said I'm going to go off to play it? I didn't end up doing that. So,
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Well-
so no.
They have that, and then they have season 2, and now they announced at E3 the Walking Dead Michonne.
Whoa, are you kidding me?
Nope, I'm not kidding you. They're gonna have
That's
a
amazing.
game based around Michonne, and I think it's her adventures from the initial outbreak up until she meets Andrea. So
That's great, because she is my favorite character by a
and I
wide margin.
hope they take the comic book approach, because Andrea in the TV show is so dumb. Just
Yeah. Well, the original Walking Dead was based off the comic book, so maybe you'll be lucky.
the first 2 games, they're pretty good too. I recommend finishing them, like I've told you, but
I'll play it
life
eventually
is-
one day.
life is a
Maybe.
cat, and it's slippery.
I
So
have no time to do it.
that's going to be interesting, and I look forward to picking that up and playing it. I'm worried about Telltale, though, because they seem to be stretching themselves pretty goddamn thin. They have a lot on their plate, and they're juggling a lot. Like, they have The Walking Dead, which I'm sure they're working on Michonne right now. And they have The Wolf Among Us, although I don't think they're going to do a season 2, at least not for a while.
No.
They're working on Game of Thrones and Tales of the Borderlands right now, so...
Okay, cool.
And people have said that season 2 probably took a hit because they were working on so many things, like story.
Oh, yeah.
Which is
Have you played any of the Telltale games, Konobi?
I have
Konobi's-
not, actually.
Huh.
I watched a playthrough of Tales from Borderlands, though.
Oh, okay. I saw
Seems
the
pretty interesting,
game
but-
theory episode on it, so I know how it ends, but I've never played it.
It seems pretty interesting. It's probably not something you can exactly watch. Although, I just want to know how deep the multiple choices go, or does it all converge at the same point, and it doesn't really matter what you've made?
Well, here's the issue with Walking Dead, and I didn't realize this until I started talking with Companion, but you really seem like you have a large amount of choice, but pretty much every story beat's going to happen the same way. Like, the main thing that'll happen is maybe a character will die, or maybe not. Maybe a character will feel a little bit differently about you if you do something, but you can't actually make gigantic sweeping changes through most of the game.
Then what's the point of the dialogue boxes?
Because when the first time you play it, if you don't know that, it really does seem like you're making a lot of decisions, but it's a clever illusion
Yeah.
that I've now ruined for everyone who hasn't played it. But
Well, it kind of reminds me of Heavy Rain, actually.
Mhm.
Because Heavy
Yes,
Rain has
it's very- yes.
multiple choices, but it doesn't matter what you choose. The story is always the same. It's always the
Jason?
same bad. Jason. It's always the same bad guy. It's just either one character will fail or die, or another character won't fail or die, but it's always the same bad guy. The mystery is always the same.
Well,
So
that
it's
is
never
like
fun.
there's a pretty big choice in the first chapter of Walking Dead that determines a character that comes with you, but as far as I can tell, like that's the only major, extremely major choice that's happened in the first 2 chapters.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, other characters will die, but you'll never see them again anyway, whether they live or die. Like,
Yeah, like Dagla
Yeah.
says, you can just go through the entire game not saying anything if you
But
really
hey.
wanted to.
You're seeing how Telltale Minecraft works out.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that
What?
up.
What?
I have no idea how they're gonna do that. But
Telltale is doing a Minecraft adventure.
what if they can turn like Borderlands into that sort of game? Then I think they can pull it off because Borderlands
least-
is
Well, at least Borderlands has an established narrative.
that's true.
Yeah, that's what I was
Minecraft-
gonna say. What's the story of Minecraft? There's a dragon, maybe, and you want to build a house. Is that what it
villagers.
is?
Yeah, it's whether you want to mine this block or the block next to it.
So
Why
then
not
it's just
both?
regular Minecraft. Then.
Yep.
They're
I don't-
making. Oh God.
Really, it's just hitting on the Minecraft hype and whatever.
Mm.
Well, you know, speaking of
That's the-
Minecraft, I'm gonna segue here. HoloLens. Do you guys know what that is? It's a like VR,
VR
thing.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Minecraft is apparently coming to that.
Hmm.
So that's
Right.
yeah. I don't know how that's gonna work exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So you'll just walk around as you
and
and see things.
hit your couch.
Just mine your couch for quarters.
God damn. I don't know. We'll
Oh,
see
that
how
would be
turns
nice.
out. I'm looking forward to VR because VR is starting to kick into high gear.
I've always said that I would like when it comes. Cross can back me up on this. When it comes to moving, either the world needs to be like Minecraft or it needs to be like Animal Crossing.
Moving.
When you're
Walking.
moving,
Yeah.
when you're moving, so you can
Like
either
when
hit
your
your stuff
character
and no, when you want to take stuff with you, it either turns into a leaf and fits snugly in your pocket, or you can hold 64 of it in a single stack in your pocket. Tell
Yeah.
me that wouldn't make moving so much easier.
Just like real life. But, yeah. That'd definitely make it easier. Just put a shelf in your inventory. Just craft a new
Then you
shelf.
wouldn't have to hire 2 U-Hauls across.
Yeah, my girlfriend had a lot of things. Let's just there's a lot of boxes. And all of my stuff, I had some clothes. It was all my clothes, a nightstand, and all of my other worldly possessions fit in one box. That's what
Even
I
your
had.
computer?
Well, I guess my computer too. We brought that. I forgot.
I forgot.
Well, no, because we didn't pack that. We brought it, we drove across the country, and I brought the computer with me, so I could set it up
Cross-
in hotels and work.
Cross nights. I used to do stuff with computers and things.
But I forgot. Yeah, that's the thing.
Well, I mean, what do you guys think of VR? Oculus Rift was announced for, I think it was $250. I know we've talked about this before, too, on the podcast, like ages ago.
Mm. Yeah,
I
that's
need
a
to try
lot
it.
cheaper than I thought it'd be. Yeah.
I just need to try it, man. I mean,
Yeah,
It's
it's hard
essentially
to
a
have an
200
opinion on it when you haven't seen it.
it's a $250 mouse, essentially, from what I see.
Well, I mean, like, I heard a lot of reports of you gotta try it, and then you'll instantly be like, I completely get this. There's this thing called Google Cardboard, apparently. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but it takes like a smartphone or something and then puts a divider up, and then you can use that to see like, oh, this is VR, except, you know, a lot smaller of a screen. And I'm really looking forward to it. If it goes on sale for like $150, I might have to pick it up just to try it out or something. Or if I'm at a friend's house, I'm gonna give that a shot and not let him have it back. I'll just walk out of the
Steal
house.
it, just knock out and murder your friend and take it. It's capitalism.
Hey, thanks. God, imagine all the different games they're gonna have out on it. You know, of all different varieties.
I guess what I think, I'm not that excited about the current generation of VR. I'm excited about what's going to happen in 10 years. But we're in the PlayStation 1 awkward era of VR, I feel.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of kinks to work out. like eventually it should be cool. I mean, I want there to be like a treadmill system, so I'm actually walking around and stuff and actually punching, and
That's
which I know would get
there
tiring.
is.
Omni Dread, I think it was called.
Yeah, the
Oh, they have
Omni
it?
Tread. I think it's
Well-
called the Omni Tread.
I need them both to work together.
Well, that's going to
Which they
cost
do.
you a little bit more than the Oculus Rift. I think it was like $1,800 for one.
Well, yeah, well now, but once the technology is more common, it's going to be
Yeah.
cheaper, just like all technology. Like
That's-
tablets used to be like a few $1,000s.
That's
Now I
gonna
got
make
one
me
for
sad,
150.
man. In like 10 years, I'm going to be like 28, and I'm just going to
Oh
be like,
no, 28, so old.
Well, I mean, like, even then, that's going to be like, late PlayStation 1 or, early PlayStation 2 sort of era for VR and stuff like that.
Yeah, which is fine. PlayStation 2 is when like 3D graphics actually started to not look horrible.
Yeah.
Like, because do you remember like the draw distances? Like you couldn't even draw the entire field, so there'd be fog everywhere. Like
Yeah, that's
everyone
what Silent
actually
Hill's
looked
built
blocky.
around. Fog.
Yeah, well, yeah. Silent Hill acted like it was on purpose, so it worked. But like the original Tenchu, like if you go back to it, it looks terrible. Like oof.
Or who knows, maybe we'll just be dead in a nuclear holocaust. Speaking of nuclear holocausts, Fallout 4.
You can't put.
What?
All right, I'll accept
Are you
that.
gu- are you
segue,
guys
even though
done
you
with,
initiated it and continued it? But go on.
I'm sorry with, I'm sorry. If you guys had anything else you wanted to talk about VR.
No.
then-
It's too good of a segue.
Okay. So, if you guys don't know, and I highly recommend going to watch it, but E3, Bethesda had their very first E3 showcase, and holy crap, did they talked about Doom, of course, and they wrapped it up with Fallout, and they gave so much information on Fallout 4. It was insane. It's just, I was just sitting there like, oh my god, so much shit that they just talked about there, because they had like the teaser, and it was only like 3 minutes long of some screenshots, basically. But it's going to be set in Boston. You're going to have your own moddable arsenal. You can completely build new weapons and stuff. I don't know if I like the UI design, really. It looks really awkward. You can build your own house. That's one of the things that stuck out to me. You can, like,
That's cool.
break stuff down and build up your own fort, and gets attacked by raiders and stuff. And yeah, man. Oh, my God. The voice protagonist is a thing. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure that's
okay.
100% confirmed, but you can play as a male or a female.
Oh,
And you, oh god, what was it? Yeah, you can change your face too. So that's
good. Well, yeah. If you couldn't do that, I'd be like, all right, Fallout 1 had this. What are you doing?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if they spoiled the entire beginning, Douglas, because, like, they showed,
Douglas.
yeah, he's driving.
Oh, he's in the chat. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
In the beginning, they showed off, like, you start out pre-war, and then you go and, like, the TV is like, oh man, nukes are going off, and you get to the vault, and explosions. And then they skipped past, like, the entire vault sequence, so I'm pretty sure some crazy shit happens in there, which is, once the game comes out, that's going to be interesting. They have a $150 collector's edition that comes with, like, a real Pip-Boy that you can put your smartphone in. Act like you're a lone wanderer. Did you see the E3 showcase, Konobi?
No, I've been waiting for the 16th for Nintendo's E3.
Didn't they have an
Oh.
E3 thing right before
No,
Bethesda's?
Mm-mm.
They had
Theirs
like
is
a
on the
Nintendo
16th.
World Championship, I know that.
Yeah, they had that, but that had nothing to do with their E3.
That was really weird. Mario Maker looks interesting, that's for sure.
Oh, I
What?
definitely want to pick up a Maker.
Is it a level editor?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's actually
Okay.
a really good and expansive level editor that lets
Oh,
you
yeah.
do creative things like put a spike shell on your head.
Or ride a boot inside of a gyrocopter.
huh.
That's pretty insane. Did you guys catch anything of E3 at all, or am I just gonna...
Nope.
I don't want to
My
monopolize this.
plug and SD told me to watch it, and then I played Settlers of Catan. And watched none of it. But yeah, he was actually talking about some of the stuff you mentioned. He talked about Fallout. He mentioned something about I guess I'm getting all my information from a Facebook chat log from my friend now. But he talked about something about someone changing the Xbox to be backwardsly compatible to the 360.
Ooh.
So that's cool. He talked about the Minecraft thing also, and said that like there was, I think he was saying it like linked up to the regular version of Minecraft. So someone was like moving, and the person who was in the thing was able to like change the environment and like shoot lightning at them and crazy stuff. Like I didn't really get what he meant. But
What the hell?
Yeah.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah, like basically the person in the VR suit was like a god, like an invisible god that was just doing crazy things.
Oh my god.
I don't see it.
The new Mass Effect, there's so much shit getting announced at E3 right now. Like 10 minutes, an hour and 10 minutes ago, Mass Effect Andromeda revealed. And you've got a new Mirror's Edge game. You have.
But didn't the Mass Effect games complete? Wasn't there an end?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's going to be a new. It's going to be a new chapter.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Which, you know,
New
the Mass Effect
characters.
universe is fucking huge. They don't need to stay on Commander Shepard throughout the entire time.
Yeah, they could like skip 100 years in the future or the past if they wanted to, probably.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about the past, but.
And that's a problem with, like, RPG games like that. And especially, like, with Telltale, for example. You know, with giving the false vision of choice. Because every time you make a branch, you have to make basically like another game.
Well, or you could do it the really cheap Dragon Age 2, where like you deal with werewolves and you talk to a guy who's like, "You did this to the werewolves," and you're like, "Sorry," or whatever, and then he leaves. And it's like, well, I guess I had an effect on the world, even though that had enough effect on none of the rest of the game. But
Yeah,
I
it's cool.
tried.
It's cool when stuff comes back, like in, you know, for example, Chrono Trigger. That was, I think they handled your effect on the world pretty well.
Yeah, Chrono Trigger was cool, but it actually was pretty linear. There's very few chances where you get to change the world in a different way than just the one path. There is a branch with Luca's mother. There's a branch with one of the characters. You can choose to kill him, but that's pretty much it. Like other things, like it's cool because like you can go to the past and like give this woman this magical seed, and then she plants a forest, and then you go back to the present, and the desert is now a forest. But that always happens. Like there's no situation where that doesn't happen. So, and that's the problem. You can't, like, if you're going to make sequels and stuff, you can't have the player make a major thing, because you're right, they would need to make 2 games in order to do that. It has to be somewhat superficial or like a minor thing, and the major beats usually have to be the same.
In the Metro series, they just, at the end of the first Metro game, they completely discard your choice at the end of that. And it's like a pretty big choice, and they just go with one that they... But, you know, that's like a lot of things do, unless if it's a RPG like Dragon Age, for instance.
In Deus Ex, there's 3 different endings, and Deus Ex 2 tried to make it seem like, well, all of them are kind of true, but none of them are true at the same... They all happened. And in reality, it just made it dumb, where none of your choices, like, none of the endings in the first Deus Ex are real then, if that's canon.
So much for player interactivity that video games can give.
Mm-hmm. Plus, the decision in Deus Ex happens in the last 10 minutes of the game. Like, nothing you do before that matters. Only your last decision matters. Which is just a dumb way to do it.
Yeah. And, of course, Mass Effect's brightly colored endings.
Those are... Again, I haven't played Mass Effects, but I'm pretty sure they just... Yeah.
I know they fixed it with the DLC, but whatever.
Well, I mean, they added like 5 minutes of slideshows, I guess, with some voiceover. I don't know if you could call that exactly fixing, but
to be fair, the fact they did even that's the fact they even did that's kind of surprising, because usually developers are just like, look, fuck you, I don't have to listen to you.
Yeah, it's nice when they do that, but you know. We could just fill up this entire podcast, really, with me just going through GameSpot.com/news and being like, oh, hey, Gears of 4 is coming in holiday 2016. Fallout 4 was announced for 11/6/15. It's like Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. Like, Jesus Christ, man.
Wait, really? There's a Plants vs. Zombies... What? There is?
Yep.
Yeah.
Why'd they need a second one?
I don't know, because they
I guess the first one was popular enough.
Okay, I understand the first one was popular. That's good. It's pretty good.
Have
But
any
you could
of
easily
guys,
just update the first one.
Have you guys played the first one? I didn't.
I
was.
can't.
Yeah, I
It
know.
won't run on my computer because I have a 32-bit system.
That is really dumb.
Yeah, it's gonna be happening
It
more
only
and more.
works
Though.
on 64-bit? What?
Yep.
Well, you can.
As to why, I have no idea. I didn't think it was
Apparently,
that
Cross. You can apparently just pirate Windows 7 and then get a free copy to 10 because they're just going to give copies away to pirates.
That's
Well,
true. I'm
it's
just
still-
worried that there's certain things that work on Vista that won't work on 10.
Yeah. That's why you
Well-
back up your hard drive, I guess.
What they were saying when they were doing the update is that your copy will still be considered unverified.
Oh. I didn't know that.
Like,
That's,
even if you upgrade to 10, it's still going to be an unverified copy.
Well, I don't know. You're going to have to get that to get DirectX 12. So,
DirectX 1 billion.
yeah. Well,
Well,
I mean...
I want to mention a game
Sure, go ahead.
that has nothing to do with E3 because I haven't watched any of it.
Yeah, no. Rocket, it's fine.
Okay, so rebuild Gangs of New York.
What?
It came rebuild Gangs of Deadville. That was close. It's the third rebuild game. I meant to mention it last podcast, but there was so much to talk about last podcast I didn't mention it. It has been officially released, so it's no longer in beta, which is why I wasn't playing it. And I've played it for 38 hours so far, and I have still not beaten the story mode. And that's playing on normal because I just wanted to get through the story mode. It's a good game, but I think I'm just going to start recording because I got bored because it took me 38 hours to get to maybe the final town. There might be another town after that. It's fun. It's a lot better than the beta, so I'm glad I didn't pay the beta because I would have burnt myself out on it. The main issue is that the story mode consists of starting a town and then starting a new town, and it basically starts over. Nothing from your previous town affects the current town except the characters that you bring over, and that's kind of terrible. There's a lot of random events, and many of them happen every single town again.
Yeah.
Like, every single town, there'll be a wailing zombie that keeps people awake. Every single town, there'll be a car crash that you can investigate, and there's one of two choices, and it always ends the same. There'll always be a circus that comes to town, and you can choose to see it or not. So by the time you get to, like, the fifth town, that definitely starts to wear on you. And the fact that, like, you could completely, like, screw over a faction and kill them and murder them and be completely unfair. If you see them again in another town, they're not going to remember.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of cohesion there, and I wish they would change that. You can, like, your characters can get married. Like, my character, like, I was playing a female character and she got married, and when her husband died, she didn't even care. That kind of bothered me.
Wow.
Plus, she won't stop having babies. It is insane. I don't know how to stop it. She's had 8 babies. Like,
What the fuck?
you can only take a maximum of 3 children to each town. I've had to leave babies in every single town I've been to since I started getting pregnant. Terrible. I'm just leaving a trail of children.
So if somebody just walked into this podcast at that moment,
I have
What
8
the
children,
reaction?
yeah, and I can't carry them all. They don't all fit in our car. So me and my girlfriend have been leaving them in every state.
Is that
No.
why you need an extra U-Haul? Just stuff it with babies.
I had to give them some furniture. You don't just get, it's a tithe. You take my baby and you get a free couch.
Oh,
But
must have a lot of couches.
yeah, I've kept one. It's not like I had my first son in the 3rd town. I'm now in like the 10th town. He's still not an adult yet. He's still only 10 years old. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, because they take hours and hours of real time in order to grow up into adults. So, and what children do when you equip them is they just lower all of your stats by 1. So it's like a bummer to have them. They make you happier, but it's a bummer to have them.
And they also take up an item slot, too.
Yeah, you can't have any item if you have them because they count it. They are in your inventory. You just have an inventory of like wrenches and children.
Yeah, all in the same toolbox.
I'm literally just sitting here and trying to attribute everything you're saying to real life.
Oh yeah, well you put your children in your inventory along with your wrenches. They go in toolboxes. And
They
then,
lower
you
your
either get,
stats,
like,
and it's a bummer to have them.
it really is. I mean, they make you happier, but they take all your money and they're useless
Debatable.
at everything.
Debatable.
And they break shit.
But yeah. I like it. I wish the children grew up a little bit less realistically, where like a year of time was actually like you actually have to wait like 300 days for there to be a year, like because most towns don't last 300 days unless you do it on purpose. So I don't know. I feel like my character's like 40 years old now because I was trying to make that kid grow up. Like,
Well, I mean, I played the game for like probably about the first 4 or 5 up to the never mind. For the first like 4
Probably
or 5
12.
days, and I know exactly what you're talking about with the whole like. Yeah. It doesn't feel like they matter to each other in any way other than like just the story bits that you get in between them, and it can be really grinding, especially with the same like you said, objectives. But I do like the aspect of bringing the people with you because I have my main character, and then I have a builder who had a kid with with his wife, and then his wife died, and then the kid grew up, and now I just have a family with me.
Now, how long did you wait for that kid to grow up? Did you just stay in a town for like 1,000 days?
I don't think so. I don't know what's I don't know.
That's weird.
I don't know how it took you so long for that. Maybe it was because it was a baby. Because I don't really have any babies.
It started as a baby, and now he's only 10 years old, and I'm almost at the end of the game.
Yeah, no, because I found that girl, and then she.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why. Yeah.
That's pretty messed up though. They should tweak that, and they should definitely add some elements of cohesion to make it feel more along the same path.
Yeah, and it makes me a little bit, because again, like, the Rebuild series is pretty much the series that made my channel, and part of me wants to wait, like, another year for them to, like, change more stuff, but it's time. I've already waited a year. And so I hope they change a few things, but I definitely had fun with it for the first, like, 25 hours, but after that, I felt like I was just grinding to, like, research for the game.
Have you tried the next day? I mean, not the day-to-day thing, or are you just sticking with the real time?
I'm doing real time. I don't even know how to change it from day to day.
You have to go into the different, like, click the gear at the bottom right, and then click pause, and then you can just click next day on the start stop.
I'll have to experiment with it. Yeah.
That's the way I play
also,
it,
everyone in my party is a stupid cultist.
Yeah.
Like all of my main characters.
Like they convert everybody. It's obnoxious.
Yeah, the only way you can not be converted... Well, your main character's never converted, but you can get this perk that makes you immune to being converted, but that's very rare, and most people don't even get that option.
Oh, God, and the perks, too. Like, you just have to click on so many dumb faces.
And sometimes I'll just see the cult, and, like, my husband will just commit suicide, and I'll have to reload. And, like... the game has issues, but it's still very fun, and I'd suggest getting it to anyone who liked the original Rebuild games. It's come a long way.
The art style is a bit strange.
Sorry, I've never played a Rebuild game.
Okay, we should probably move on then. I just wanted to,
It all sounds very interesting. I just want to know how many babies I can put in my inventory at a time. Only 8?
Unlimited.
No, this is every town I would have 1 to 2 babies. Also, I made a deal with my main character that she could eat double rations, and I didn't realize that was permanent. So my character permanently eats ×2 rations, and there's nothing I can do about it.
I think you can change it in the policies, can't you?
I can make it so that everyone eats less, and thus she eats less, but I can't just make her eat less.
It's because she's pregnant all the time.
I think she is pregnant all the time. I think maybe giving her double rations like glitched it, so she's always pregnant. Because, like, I'm telling you, every 9 months, another baby pops out of me, and I have to shove it on someone else because I can't take them all, and I wouldn't want to.
You're a horrible person.
But the game mechanics make me have to be a horrible person. They don't give me a choice.
Just raise all of the children. You'll have -80 to each stat.
I can't raise all of them because if I tried to stay in the town to raise all of them, she'd just keep on having them. And eventually, my entire town would be filled up with the Gundo family.
Like J9LP said, it's true to life, Cross.
Having 80 children, not true to life. Not possible.
Well, is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about in particular?
Mm.
Konobi?
Freedom Planet is coming to the Wii U.
Oh, I should really let's play that, shouldn't
Yeah, you should. I
I?
bought it for
Konobi
you.
bought that for me. I know, and I've played a lot of it. I just haven't recorded it.
I was expecting that to bring in me some subscribers because you give me a shout out for it.
Yeah, you might have gotten a subscriber. I think you're overestimating my powers, and you started. You know how many Twitter follows I've had after like 2 years?
Yeah, I'm being silly.
Yeah.
Well,
But yeah.
I'm being facetious. I don't actually believe that.
Fair enough. You also got me Battle Block Theater, and I haven't played that. I did start playing on Epic again, and you bought me that. You've actually bought me a lot of games, now that I'm thinking about it. And then we never played them together.
Eh,
yeah, Konobi, didn't you buy me on Epic as well?
I think I did.
Yeah.
I think it
So
was
we
like
all
on
have.
super sale for like $1.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna buy it for everybody I know.
It's a pretty good game.
Even though that game, it's a good game. It's super hard.
Mm.
But I guess it's
I just
because
need
it's
to-
they really like it. They really like it to be like super Dungeons and Dragons, where everything around wants to just kill you in one hit.
especially the story.
Unless you actually stop and think about it for a second.
Well, what I don't like is that like it feels way better on the controller, but there's not enough buttons on the controller to handle all the inventory shortcuts. So I have to play with like a combination of controller and keyboard, which is just awkward. So like I'll move around and attack and jump with the controller, and then I'll hit like 1, 2, and 3 on the keyboard to switch the shortcuts, which is yeah, it's just weird.
Yeah.
Well, there is another game that me and Cross and also 2 other dumbs have been playing called Don't Starve Together. And we recorded a couple episodes of that. 2 where we stuck together, or tried to at least. And then 2 where we split up into groups. And I think for the most part, they turned out alright. I think the splitting up turned out better.
Yes. Yeah. Like, the worst thing is to have 4 people, and 2 of them are in 2 different places, and you're both trying to talk. And you don't know what each other is doing. It just makes for bad videos, so... We
I mean,
figured
I
it
think
out.
it could theoretically work. I mean, you know, I think we could make it work, but we just need to... I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, videos on Don't Starve Together should be going up on basically everybody's channel except for Buttkiss because he doesn't have one.
Yeah, so just Relic... By everyone, he means me, Relic, and Companion.
Yeah, exactly. I just
But
assumed
me and Relic already have our first video up, so you probably get to cracking on that, Companion.
Yeah. I mean, I
good
was going to
stuff.
wait for you guys to post your next one, and
Oh,
then I'd post mine. Because I
But,
need
alright.
to link your guys' point of view. So
Is everyone just going to wait for everyone to post it and no one's going to post it?
is that what?
I'll post mine tomorrow or the day after it. But...
All right. Well, I feel bad for leaving Konobi out of the conversation for like half this, well, more than half this podcast.
I'm just a silent listener, looking for
That's why if
places
you
to
have-
poke my head to.
If you have anything to say, anything you
I
want to
could
bring
talk
up.
to Miles about Splatoon, but then I'd be doing the exact same thing.
Well, you could talk like a few feet about Splatoon.
I did a montage on it,
Oh yeah.
and everybody
you could-
likes
you could-
it.
You could post that link if you have a Twitch account. Apparently, my Twitch account is unrecoverable, but you could,
Excuse me, I uploaded it to YouTube.
yeah, you can post a link in the Twitch chat on the podcast now. I mean,
I was
and
having
it'll show
difficulty.
up on the yeah. Well,
I was having difficulty getting back into Twitch chat. It stopped loading for me.
oh okay. You know, my Twitch account is dead. I'm a little bit sad, even
Yeah.
though I didn't use it.
Edge, I did see that. That was pretty awesome.
It's like
looking.
I wish this podcast came like a day later, after Nintendo did their entire E3 presentation, because then I'd have something to talk about.
Well, you know, explosions.
Well, there
I-
is.
I said the only thing I've gotten really back into is Phantasy Star Online 2. That's about it. Which I want to get Cross and Command and everybody else playing it, but
It's an MMO.
Cross and his no
it's an MMO, and that is bad.
it's Cross and his no MMO policy.
Well, I think I've gotten enough MMO in me for a while, at least, because of Guild Wars 2. That game, I went hardcore on that game trying to explore the world, so I don't know. Too much MMO, I guess you could say. But other than speaking of video games, there is a sale right now on humblebundle.com called the E3 Digital Ticket, powered by Twitch. And you can go there and you can get a bunch of amazing stuff. You can get a WildStar, apparently, which is an MMO, funnily enough. You can get a World of Warships closed beta key, Psychonauts, which is a bit awkward.
Ooh,
odd.
That's a game I need to let's play also.
If you pay $3.75 or more, you get Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege guaranteed beta access code, which is a mouthful, and Cities in Motion. And
That's
then if you pay $5.75, you get Payday 2 plus some Payday 2 masks. So, here's a link there. But if you're watching the VOD, then check that out. You've got a couple days to go. Unless you're watching it like a couple months down the line, then I'm sorry. But they've also got some other pretty...
Get out of here.
Yeah, just go. They've got some pretty awesome bundles other than that. Just, the regular Humble Bundle and the Weekly Bundle. But we probably already pretty much own everything in the Humble Bundle.
Yeah, they haven't been worth it for me for a while. I have all the good games already.
We got 20 hours left on the straight up Humble Bundle. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say.
Well, what else do we want to see at E3?
Oh, I don't. Sorry for me to. I have to be honest. Like, I'm always so behind in all video games. Like, I'm a year or two behind before I'm willing to buy them usually, and I play indie games that. If this was an indie game convention, I guess I'd be more excited about it, but most of the stuff doesn't actually pertain to me.
Well, I was most excited about the Bethesda thing because, Fallout 4. But
yeah,
other things I don't really care about enough to sit through a presentation. I'd rather just go to a website and watch the articles pop up.
I want to go to E3. That's like one of my things that I super want to do. I want to get out there with a video camera and a microphone, start asking people really awkward questions. Like, I swear to God, next year when Splatoon 2 is announced, I will ask everybody if they're a kid or a squid. Just you watch. I will ask all the developers. I will go up to the CEO of Microsoft and ask him if he's a kid or a squid.
I don't think he'd respond to
and then rub it in his face that Splatoon was the best-selling, or not the best-selling, was the 5th best-selling game in May. And it came out May 29th. In 2 days. In 2 days, a game sold 150,000 copies.
Huh.
Versus like The Witcher 3 that sold 300,000 copies since the beginning of May. On a multi-platform. So, wow.
Shots fired. Splatoon is dumb. Shots fired.
Splatoon is amazing.
Snap. You haven't even played Splatoon. But alright, yeah. Was
their channel offline? Oh, no, okay.
Cool.
No, it should be fine. Is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about? Because
I'm pretty sure there was a lot I wanted to talk about, but my brain blew up. I recently bought... the Steam sale is going on. I don't know if you even mentioned, but the Steam sale is happening right now.
I think we mentioned it.
We must have mentioned it.
I think we mentioned it in the beginning.
So far I've gotten Town of Salem. I bought Child of Light for $2.50. I bought, what is it? Banner Saga for $5. It's normally $20. And I probably bought something else, but I don't remember. I'm trying to convince my girlfriend to buy Portal 1 and play Portal 1 because it's only $2.50 right now.
Oh my.
Yeah. So that'll be good because I feel like she needs to play that.
Sorry, I disconnected my headset.
Oh.
Yeah.
So everyone should buy Town of Salem. Oh wait, Konobi has Town of Salem.
Wait, I have what?
Free to play?
What do I have?
Town of Salem.
Yes, I do. Town of Salem is... Oh yeah, I do. Town of Salem is amazing. absolutely
We
amazing.
should play it. I was playing with Yoshi last night and it was terrible. I kept on getting to the executor.
Were you stabbing?
I played Town of Salem with a lot of my buddies online, my other buddies online, and it is quite possibly one of the most hilarious things, especially when you're actually playing on Skype and you're all talking and you're trying not to reveal yourself, at least through Skype.
Yeah, and you're even like, because sometimes you type something and I'm like, I type it and then I wait to hit enter because I don't want the typing to match up to someone talking on the screen. But yeah, it was very.
It's funny. It would probably be incredibly funny if we had a full group of people all on Skype.
Yeah, we did that once. Me and Companion were both Mafia, who's the villains, and we were talking to each other at night, each night. But we didn't know that we were talking to each other. And then at the end, they were like, "Wait, that was you?" It was great.
Me and this person I play with, his name is Derpington. We the only thing we tell each other is if we're on the same team or not, and if we're not, then we have to. We make it a rule that we have to.
Though?
We make it a rule that you have
Skype.
to logically in game find out who you are.
Yes.
So you can't just target somebody just because you know who they are.
Okay.
Which is good. Because there are probably, if you were on Skype and you wanted to cheat, it'd be very easy to cheat at that game.
Yeah,
And
it's
screw
very
over
easy.
people.
And
Yeah.
we only cheat and play dumb and stuff like that when the host puts in stupid roles for custom game modes. And we're just like, no, this is dumb. He put in like 3 witches and 6... I forget their
16
names.
jesters.
He put in like 3 witches and 6 veterans and a godfather and a serial killer and an arsonist. And we're like, screw this.
Oh,
This
I
is
hate
dumb.
the veterans. My first game on Steam, I went to try to heal someone random, and he was a veteran, and he shot me in the face while I was a doctor.
Yep. Welcome
Terrible.
to the town of Salem.
It's because
Yep.
he's so damn
But-
jumpy.
Yeah, just to explain what Town of Salem is, like I think it has like 13 people or 10 people play, but everyone goes in and no one knows who anyone is, and there are some mafia members who want to kill everyone in town. There's a serial killer who wants to kill everyone, and then there's the town which wants to do random things, and then there's a few other random evil things like jesters. Their goal is to try to get people to hang them, and then they win. An executor is trying to kill a specific person, trying to get the town to kill a specific person. But yeah, it's stuff like that, and it's just fun. You get to choose your name every single game. So even people in Skype aren't going to see that like Cross Knights is the same person each time.
Yeah.
And it's just fun. Like the Steam version added a bunch of cosmetic stuff, and if you played the original version, you can link your Steam account to the original game account and get like all the achievements you would have gotten if you were playing on Steam all along, which is really cool.
Okay,
So
guess
I
it's
first played and got like
special
19
for-
achievements.
Do you get anything special for buying the Steam version?
Yeah, you get $5 worth of in-game gold to buy cosmetic stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I bought a special animation so that when I get hung, I get struck by lightning instead of hung.
I
Which is pretty
drown.
cool.
Actually, I have.
Yeah,
a-
I've seen the Rock one a lot.
I supported their kick. I ended up supporting their Kickstarter, so I got pretty much all the cosmetics in the game right now.
See, what makes me sad is that like we played that game like way before it got really popular, and then none of us made videos for it. And I feel like if we had just made a video,
I think
might have
Relic
gotten
made some
pretty-
videos, didn't he?
did he?
I'm pretty sure he did.
You're still not as popular as PewDiePie and Markiplier.
Well,
They've
yeah.
putting out videos and
Well, I mean,
Still not
like,
a-
you know, yeah. If you just put out the videos that they put out, you're not gonna. There's no way in hell you're gonna be as big as them, just by following along. You got to get it before it comes up, you know.
Yeah,
no,
let's
you'll
buy
still
Rebuild
get pretty.
Workshop Mech.
Yeah.
You'll still get
exactly.
pretty popular. You basically just need to slingshot off of them. Is what I imagine the easiest way to do it is.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
games.
Relic's Town of Salem video did pretty well.
Yeah, exactly. Because it was probably only like one of maybe 100 up on YouTube at the time it got big.
Yeah.
So.
But I was the second person ever to release a I think I was the first person to release Rebuild 1, actually, now that I think about it. And the second person to release Trailer Park of the Dead, or whatever it's called. Zombie Trailer Park. That's why they got so big.
But yeah, if you want to get big on YouTube, and I know I shouldn't really be talking because I don't even have 1,000 subs, but like I kind of understand it. You gotta release a video on a game before it comes out on Steam at the very least, and then you'll get some traction.
And then get lucky.
Yeah, and then hope for, like, tags are important, too. If you see a video that Yoshi did, like Sword of the Stars of Pit, and you're like, oh, that's an interesting game, and then just post to the forums and get promoted by the game dev company and have Yoshi forever hating you. It's...
yeah.
But I did
and then
want to
you can
mention...
be like me and play games that the
digital
company
gaming.
doesn't want you to play online.
Yeah, because Nintendo is a bag of dicks. Please don't shut us down. But I
Or
wanted
you
to mention...
could, do a Did You Know Gaming video and get retweeted by them.
That was cool. And then I never did anything after that. Yay for me. I could have freaking... People were subscribing to me because I did a really good job on that.
Yeah.
I did, like, an excellent job. They're like, Did You Know Gaming? Is like, hey, you did a good job.
You might have been able to join their team.
Nah, probably not that. But I could have at least done other interesting... What was that?
Sorry.
Oh.
I accidentally clicked on Yahoo, and it had something about the final Game of Thrones episode that I haven't seen yet, so I got really... Well, I didn't read any of the words.
Okay, thank God.
I didn't. I'm sorry. That was an involuntary
was a
noise that I
yell.
just made.
It's
I
completely
hate
understandable.
Yahoo. I need to just get a different email that's not a Yahoo because I hate that crowd. They're so bad with it. All right.
No, what were you saying, Konobi? Sorry.
Sorry.
I could have done other creative videos and people would have subscribed even more. That's all I was going to say.
But creativity
I should have
takes work, and
It does. It does. Even if I inadvertently copy somebody else, I should just keep doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't worry about
You've done more of that like comedy series, right?
the Minecraft Monday. Yeah, I keep doing that.
Yeah, like that's pretty innovative. Or
Yeah.
like typical.
Cross made a dagless noise.
I got really that was scared. I hate Yahoo. The crap that they post is not cool.
but there is one thing I wanted to mention right before we wrap up the podcast, which we should pretty soon here.
Mm-hmm.
It's that the DC-based MOBA shutting down in August.
Whoa!
Mm-hmm.
Are you serious?
They announced like a month ago, and I wanted to mention this on the last podcast, but we had so much to talk about that we forgot like half of it.
Holy crap.
They posted an announcement. It was pretty goddamn short. They just said, we are sad to inform you guys that today we have decided that we will no longer support the game with updates, and we will be ceasing them immediately. And in August, we will be taking down the game servers, and that will be that. And they offered refunds to people who bought stuff via Steam, but I don't think we can get stuff if you bought it like before it went on Steam, like refunds and stuff. They set every single champion and skin to be unlocked for everybody to play. So if you haven't downloaded Infinite Crisis, do it now, because every single champion you can just get anything you want now and just go to town on it. But the player base might be dead. Yeah, it was posted as anonymous too, because nobody probably wanted to stick their name to it. But you can definitely see, like, as much as I love the concept, I love the game mostly for the concept.
I thought it was doing well.
I thought it was doing all right. I don't think it was doing too amazing. But I guess Warner Brothers just, it was probably hemorrhaging money, like most MOBAs do if you're not League of Legends or Dota. But that's really sad to hear about, because I really hope somebody picks up the IP again and has another shot at it, because it's a fantastic concept.
Yes.
It's
I just wish they'd put it in a game that like wasn't a MOBA.
Yeah, and then you have the map that they went with too. I think I've talked about this to you, Cross. Like,
yeah,
I don't think it was a very good map. They tried to go for like an objective-based plus normal 3-lane map, and they didn't really innovate on the League of Legends playstyle. But if you wanted to check it out on Steam, because it won't be around for too long.
I should have known this was happening, because you said that they got rid of some maps because they didn't want to split up the player base. Like, that wouldn't have happened if they had a healthy player base.
Exactly.
Like, I should have realized that was the beginning of the end there, but it didn't even occur to me.
Remember all those times when we decided to try to play it and it took us like 25 minutes to not find anybody.
Yes, and oh yeah, that should have tipped me off also. But also, like, each time we played it, afterwards I felt sad and depressed about my life because, yeah, it would take like 15 minutes to get in. We would get the ever-living crap knocked out of us, and then we'd go and play Awesomenauts, and I realized it was like 100 times better of a MOBA, and I should never play Infinite Crisis.
Well, I mean, Awesomenauts is better than any other MOBA. Just flat out, period.
That's right, Gauntlet Throne, except not even because it's a fact. Dictionary definition of best MOBA, Throne.
Awesomenauts is indeed the best MOBA ever, and I'm not, of course, not obviously paid to say that because I'm a mod of the Awesomenauts forum or anything.
Everything he said was true. He's not paid to say.
You've got that duck. That goddamn duck. Give me your duck.
I want a duck.
But no, something else real quick. There is currently an animated series. It's official, coming out by like the same people who made Justice League Unlimited, I think, and it's more of a darker take on Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. And it's sort of like a teaser for a movie that's coming out. Check it out. It's what's it called exactly again? It's called Justice League Gods and Monsters. They're pretty short.
You sent it to me and I didn't understand what it was.
They're like 5 minutes each, and I recommend checking it out if you're a fan of the DC Universe animation stuff.
Yeah, we should wrap it up because we're a minute over already.
Yep. So Konobi, what's going up on your channel?
Nothing. I'm excited for Yoshi's Woolly World.
All right,
cool.
Cross,
It's coming out.
What's going up on your channel?
My channel's in a horrible disarray where I have like one episode of 4 different LPs up, and so I released a Thomas is Alone because I didn't have anything else, but I don't have any more episodes of that. So eventually more Thomas is Alone. Hotline Miami 2's probably, the second part's probably going to go up tomorrow. More Don't Starve is going to go up. I have 1 episode of Assassin's Creed to go, so I started that in February. It's finally going to be done. So yay for the people who didn't watch that. I understand why people didn't watch that, because I specifically said, like, you have to watch the entire first LP before you watch this, or it'll spoil everything. So, but yeah, so that's almost done. Again, I just don't have a lot of time to LP anymore. I can't justify the time sink most of the time when I have a job, so I'm trying, but yeah, that's basically what's happening to my channel.
Yeah, and then on my channel, I'll still be continuing Payday 2, as usual. I'm thinking about looking into some Half-Life 2 mods. One of them is called Nightmare House 1 and 2, which ties into Underhell. I think I mentioned this last podcast because I'm getting deja vu. I'm also thinking about taking a look at a game called Salt, which is like an open world, sail a ship around and check things out stuff, which sounds interesting. But I don't know, Don't Starve as well, my point of view on that take, and I think some pretty amazing stuff happens in the later episodes, so yeah, that's that.
Yeah, and I wouldn't worry about stepping on other people's toes with posting. I think you should just post them when you launch them.
Well, I just want to link to your guys' stuff, because I don't want to have to go back and...
Alright, well, I'll give you the link to my video then.
Okay. Sweet.
Alright.
But that's that. Thank you for watching, guys. I don't know if this, I think this podcast may have had some slow moments, and I want to apologize for that because I'm pretty tired. I only got like 3 or 4 hours of sleep last night, so.
Hey, at least you're not like me and you only got like 3 hours of sleep, woke up feeling incredibly sick, and then passed out on the bathroom floor.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been a terrible night. Good thing that didn't happen to any of us.
Yeah, it didn't happen to any of us.
Thank you for joining me, Konobi, and Cross, as usual. And we will catch you guys whenever we do the podcast again, hopefully sometime within the next year. And
yeah, 1 to 3 weeks.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Exactly. All right, bye-bye, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye-bye.